What's up everyone, this is Wayne here. Today I'm doing a talking video on the Stihl Washer 20 hand push washer. I really hope this goddamn some point this thing will get used this year for 2026 mowing season, which I'm hoping some of this thing will get used this year. Because I really want to make sure this thing still works, you see, because the last instance it got used ever since 2025, and then this thing has not got used in 2026 year, so I really hope somebody will get used this year for 2026 mowing season, which I hope that somebody will get used again this year. I was going to get used it the last weekend, but since it was going to rain, so there's no point in seeing if I really hope some places will get used again this year for 2026 mowing season. And I hope that some places will get used at some point this year, because I know since someone has my this machine's being used almost a couple of times, so I really hope at some point, fingers crossed, this thing will get used this year for 2026 mowing season. I'm really hoping some point before fall, so I hope at some point this thing will get used this year for 2026 mowing season. I really want to make sure this thing still works, because the last instance it got used ever since 2025, and then it's just been sitting ever since all fall, winter, which I hope at some point, fingers crossed, this thing will get used this year for 2026 mowing season, which I hope at some point it will get used again this year. Because it's like this machine being used almost a couple of times, which is definitely looks I'm playing that machine, my opinion. So I really hope at some point this thing will get used this year for 2026 mowing season, because I really hope at some point this thing will get used again this year. Because, like I said, because it's like this machine being used almost a couple times, which is definitely looks like a nice machine, in my opinion, but it's like this machine being used. And I hope at some point this thing will get used this year for 2026 mowing season, which I hope at some point this thing will get used this year, because don't worry, this thing will definitely be used again this year. I really hope some point this thing will get used this year for 2026 mowing season. I really hope at some point, fingers crossed, this thing will get used this year for 2026 mowing season.